I picked up the new Rare Beauty bronzer, the Soft Pinch Liquid Contour, and today I'm going to review this for you guys. I will put it on my face. I will show you what shade I picked up. I'm going to compare it to the other bronzers by Rare Beauty, and I'm also going to show it to you against the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. I'm just going to use this on my face, but I will swatch and compare it to all of these other products. But before we get into that, I want to show you what I crocheted lately. So I crocheted this mini turtle. It's so cute. I love the yellow and the brown. I think it's just adorable. I love this. And then check this one out. This is my newest creation. This is a strawberry turtle with blush. The turtle has some blush, and look at that strawberry stem and shell. I think it's adorable. This will be available on my Etsy shop, but yeah, I wanted to share this with you guys. So now let's get started. The previous bronzers, they retail for $39. I will show you the shades. This one retails for $38 and the Makeup by Mario $49. So this is the Soft Pinch Liquid Contour. I picked mine up in the shade Mellow. From what I read about this, it's supposed to be a nice contour that doesn't crease. It applies smoothly to your face. What I've noticed is that it doesn't have any of like hyaluronic acid or any of those nice ingredients that we love to have on our skin. Now, what's on my face, eyes, and lips will be linked down below, so I won't take any more of your time. So pretty. This is what the product looks like. Very similar to the blushes. I have a blush right here. So you guys compare the size. You can see that it's much, much bigger than the actual blush. We'll have to see if it's as pigmented as well. And here are the other bronzers that I have. Now, this is a liquid. This is a stick. So let's start with Bright Side. There's Bright Side. Power Boost, much lighter. Now let's see what Mellow looks like. I really love the packaging. I think I like this better than this, but obviously they're two different products. Again, it has this top so that it's easy for you to grab and open, and that's what it looks like. It has the doe foot applicator. I love the shade, and that's what Mellow looks like right here. So I'm going to swatch this against the Makeup by Mario as well. Now, what I love about the Makeup by Mario, it is more expensive, $49, so it's $11 more. This is in Canadian. The shade I have is called Light, and this has hyaluronic acid and vitamin E, which the vitamin E is an antioxidant for your skin, and the hyaluronic acid is for hydration. Now, that's what the packaging looks like. Here they are, compared against each other. The thing with Makeup by Mario, it comes with a pump or also a doe foot applicator. So Rare Beauty on my left side, and then Makeup by Mario right here. Very interesting. They look so similar. Yeah, maybe the Rare Beauty is more of a cool tone. So there is Makeup by Mario and there's Rare Beauty. I do love this shade a lot more. It's kind of like this 2-1. So those are by Rare Beauty as well. However, you can see that this is more cool tone, warm tone. So we had Bright Side, Power Boost by Rare Beauty. Then we have Mellow by Rare Beauty. And then we have the shade Light by Makeup by Mario. So let's blend them and see how they look. Yeah, the Makeup by Mario feels very similar to the Skin Enhancer, but more liquidy. It feels more lightweight than the Rare Beauty one. So I guess it's whatever your preference is. In shade, I prefer this one. In price, I prefer Rare Beauty. The Rare Beauty one is 14.88 milliliters. And the Makeup by Mario is 30 milliliters. So this one is made in Korea. The previous Rare Beauty one is made in Italy, which that's okay, I guess. And let's see where Makeup by Mario is made. Made in the USA, the Makeup by Mario. So I guess whatever you guys prefer. So I'll use this in a different video, but I wanted to show you the shade that I picked up, which is right here, shade light compared to the Rare Beauty one. Now let's try out the Rare Beauty one. So I have a Makeup by Mario brush. I made sure I cleaned both sides. It's both clean. So let's try this to the cheek. So should we just apply it? I don't think you have to give it a shake. I think for the Makeup by Mario, you can see the liquid inside. Now I kind of shook it. But you have to make sure you give it a shake, not this one. Kind of scared. Let's try with 2 dots. I'm gonna try one side and I'm gonna go with, the big one. Okay, very interesting shade. I see that it transferred on the cheek a lot more warmer than I was expecting. You guys see, let me zoom you in a little bit more. It's still pretty. It blends very nice. So I guess it's not as pigmented as the blushes, but it's still quite pigmented. So maybe 1 dot would work better. What do you guys think? So this is how it kind of blended. I think it blended really nicely, but compared to what it's on my hand, which is right here, I think it looks more cool tone on the hand. I feel like it transferred more warm tone and more reddish on the cheek. Interesting. Okay, so this is the cheek with nothing on. And then the cheek with the bronzer. So I'm going to put 1 dot here. And then a dot here. So you can see that it's more cool tone. But when you blend it, it's more yellowish red. It's very interesting. I don't know. You see that? It is very similar to this two if you were to combine them. So right off the bat, you can see how reddish it looks. I guess just go with a little bit. I love how it looks. Very nice and caramel and warm tone. But if you're expecting this to be more of a contour, which it's called a contour, right? Yeah, soft pinch liquid contour. You can't use this as a contour because it's definitely more of a bronzer than contour, which I don't mind because I love to use. My intent was to use it as a bronzer. And I think once you blend it in, it looks very nice. I'm going to switch to the clean side and just make sure that I kind of diffuse the edges a little bit. Eventually, after you blend it out, it looks pretty nice. Like, it looks very nice. I don't have any issues with it, right? I think it looks really nice. It's just scary at first, but afterwards, it looks very nice and natural. I think I went too low here. But yeah, I don't have issues. I'm gonna go off of the hand. You can see that the Makeup by Mario has dried down quite a bit, even though it looked more serum-y and more hydrating, and this one by Rare Beauty, it's still quite glowy and creamy. So I'm gonna go with this big brush and pick up from the actual whatever I have left here and just add a little bit more here. So I guess you can't use it as a contour just because of the shade, nothing else. The formula feels very nice and hydrating. It doesn't feel drying. It has a perfect amount of glow. It blends beautifully without leaving any patches behind, which that's a bonus. It blends equally and evenly. You don't see like a white patch here and blended here and too much product here. It's beautiful. I love it. So the only thing that shocked me was the actual shade. I was expecting it to be a little bit more cool tone, but I love how it goes with the eyeshadow I have today. I think it looks beautiful. Yes. What do you guys think? So zoom in time. Let me make sure that it's all blended. I think it looks really pretty, very natural looking. It just gives you a little bit more color. So depending on how heavy handed you go, but you can see that it's quite pigmented. So I suggest start with a dot on the cheek and a dot on half of your forehead and kind of work with that and see. Don't put 2 dots, but you can see that I put 2 dots here and it blended beautifully. No issues at all. So it does come across pigmented, but it blends very safely and evenly and very natural. Okay, I think it looks really nice. Okay, so let's move on to my blush now. Let's use a Rare Beauty blush. You know what? Might as well. I really love the shade. This is in the shade Virtue. So pretty. I think it's perfect for today's look. Better. I had the Gucci one. I'll show you the Gucci one that I had in case you're interested. This is in the shade Warm Berry. But I think for today's video, the Rare Beauty in Virtue would look perfect. So I'm just gonna go this much. Like I barely touched my cheek and work with that. So I'm gonna go with the small side from the Makeup by Mario brush. And you can see how pigmented. Oh yeah, these two products together. Wow, it's a perfect recipe. Definitely love this combo. This is super pigmented, so be very, very careful. It's going to last you forever. So if you can find minis, I suggest go with minis. Yeah, I think that this blush with this bronzer is just beautiful because they're both very creamy. I think that these two work better together than the previous bronzers. Let's go here over a little bit like this. Wow. So nice and very natural. Isn't it pretty? Very natural look. There's no patches, nothing. It just blended with my skin, and I think the shade is perfect for my skin tone. This is the shade Mellow, but yeah, this is what it looks like in the packaging. A lot more cool tone, so just want you to be prepared. I don't think you can use this as a contour. It does look very contoury on the hand, but I don't think so. But I love it so much as a bronzer, of course. It's beautiful. What do you guys think? Is it worth it? $38 is not expensive. The Makeup by Mario is $49. I don't understand the pump here, but I guess you have two options. I love it because if the pump stops working or whatever goes wrong with it, you have the option to unscrew it and use it as a doe foot applicator. So I love that. We're gonna use this in a different video. But final thoughts on this. Final thoughts is that it's a beautiful bronzer. If you want to use it as a contour, it's fine, but it's a very warm shade for a contour, right? And the formula is amazing. I love how it blended. It blended effortlessly. It's very easy to use even if you're a beginner. Just go very little by little at first, but again, keep in mind that even if you overdo it like what I did here, it just blends perfectly with no issues. So yeah, do I recommend it? Definitely recommend it. And in combination with this blush, I think that these two together is just perfection. So those are my thoughts on this. I'm sure you have beautiful bronzers in your collection. It's just, I had to pick it up because I love Rare Beauty products and I love everything I've tried by Rare Beauty so far. So I wanted to try this for myself and see what I think. Beautiful. Love it. Anyways, I wish you all a wonderful day and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.